Hello friends, all of you who want to lose a few extra pounds or more. I want to tell you about a new eating plan that I have researched and begun to follow. I saw it in the Wall Street Journal, on 60 Minutes, and in many of my medical journals. It is called time-release eating, also known as intermittent fasting. I'll call it TRE. It can help you lose weight without dieting. Seriously, I've seen the studies. The premise, stop counting calories. It's the clock that counts. Now, a question we've all asked ourselves at some point in our lives, is there a way I can lose weight without having to diet or eat much less? Yes, TRE. You don't reduce calories, you reduce the time that you consume your calories. You simply restrict your eating periods to between 8 and 12 hours per day, whatever you pick. Now the clock starts with your first bite of breakfast and it ends with your last bite of dinner. TRE focuses not on what you are eating, but when you are eating. So technically, you can have the same food, but just over a shorter time window. You are purposely causing your body to go into fasting mode when you extend that time between your last meal at night and your first meal in the morning. Now let's be honest. It's very common to have your first meal at 7 a.m. and your last snack at 11 at night. This means the time window when you're fasting is minimal to non-existent because you need 6 hours between the last time you ate before your body starts to burn fat. And if you're snacking until midnight and then you're up at 6 or 7 a.m., your body has spent the night processing and burning food. When you go into the fasting mode, your body burns fat, not food. The extended fasting period switches on certain genes that improve metabolism. Your body becomes what I call the lean, mean machine. And the longer you stay in the fasting state, the more stored fat you burn. And researchers and doctors believe that because we do not have enough fasting time in our lives, that's why so many of us have obesity, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high insulin, high blood pressure, epidemic-wise. And it's even causing premature death. Okay, how to do it? You want to know. Simply choose a certain number of hours during which you will eat your daily calories. Okay, just pick. The rest of the hours are your fasting hours. Now you can use TRE with any type of food plan, such as low carb, high protein, it doesn't matter. All you are changing is the time you eat. Now, most people do find themselves eating healthier. Why? Because they're reducing the nighttime eating window. So we're missing the time when we normally ate the junk foods. You know, the late night snack. And this program is perfect because willpower to eat healthy wanes later in the day. I aim for a 14-hour window of fasting. Now this includes the time of sleep, so don't get scared. So my last meal will be at 5:30 and my breakfast will be at 7:30. That is 14 hours. Now some people, maybe you, would want to get even more aggressive and you could push your breakfast later, but I personally need to eat earlier. I love this plan because at 5:30 p.m. I just stop thinking about food. Totally. Now I eat pretty healthy, but often at night there was something in my fridge that was calling me. Now I say, nope, too late. I'm done for the day. I love it. I started 4 weeks ago and I've lost 4.5 pounds. Now that's a lot for me because I'm pretty much at my ideal weight and it's much more difficult for a thinner person to lose weight than somebody who's carrying extra pounds. But if that's you, you will certainly lose more per week. Now you repeat the same schedule every day until you decide you want to stop. But let me tell you about a study of overweight people. The participants reported sticking to the plan after losing their weight, even though they didn't have to stick to the plan, because all of them said they slept better, felt more energetic throughout the day, and didn't feel hungry all the time like they used to. Other studies found that TRE can reduce the number of calories you eat by about 20%, although this does not have to be your goal. Some people told me they have indulged in dessert a little more without guilt and still lost the weight. I haven't tried that yet. Okay, some of the benefits. Number 1, weight loss. I told you I lost 4.5 pounds. 2, heart health, lower bad cholesterol. 3, lower blood sugar by 20 to 30%. 4, lower your risk of type 2 diabetes or even reverse it. 5, lower blood pressure. Some people went off their blood pressure meds. And 6, a slower aging process. Why? Because our body has more time for cellular repair because it's not processing food. So it breaks down toxins and repairs damaged DNA more proficiently, including in the skin. There was also some evidence that TRE may reduce the risk of breast cancer. Another key point, the fasting does not decrease your lean muscle mass. In fact, the muscle becomes healthier. All the weight loss noted in the studies was due to a decrease in fat mass, not muscle mass. So, TRE does not need to affect any exercise program that you are on. Okay, now, doesn't this make us regret poking fun at older people for eating so darn early? Oh my gosh, the early bird specials. They were actually, probably a successful diet plan. Just tell your friends that you have to eat before blank o'clock, whatever your stoppage time is. You will find your friends will comply, and you may even find them quite interested in the process. Now, you don't have to start out gangbusters. You can begin by changing the time. You usually eat your last meal at night, slowly but surely. Bring it down so you increase the fasting interval. And as time goes by, you will find it easier and easier to fast, and eventually you will find it enjoyable. I call it enjoyable discipline. Now, in the beginning, you may get that little hungry, niggly feeling at a certain time of night because that's when you're used to eating. But believe me, you're going to feel victorious and it will pass. The whole thing is like exercise. We put it off, it's difficult at first, and then once we adapt it, it gets easier. I almost feel like I'm playing a game with myself. This is an exciting, achievable strategy to help people better manage their eating patterns and their weight. It doesn't feel like a diet, you'll see. I think the real power of TRE is the simplicity of it. So I invite you to try it and to email me and let me know how you like it. If you need some high-protein eating tips to help you, email me for those. I have them available. You try it. You let me know. Email me all of your questions. I'm on your side.